You made it. Welcome back. Soul here. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. We got a lot to go over on year 6, season 3. So let's just get started with it. If you guys didn't know, we are getting a new testing grounds on September 15th. And with the new event too, I'm not too worried about it. You'll see the event effects and executions and battle passes in the background. I'm not gonna lie though, I do like the new battle pass. The theme of it with the yokais and the Japanese stuff, I'm totally on board with it. Big news though, we got a lot of hero reworks and adjustments that we will need to be going over in this video. So I hope you guys have the patience for that. I'll be trying to go over them as fast as possible though. So as you can see, crossplay will be coming on October 20th. So what that means is you can invite your friends from different platforms. If you're on PC, you can add your friends from Xbox or PlayStation and play with them finally. So if you catch me streaming, come join the Twitch stream and I will be playing with you guys so we can experience some serious cock and ball torture. Now before we go into the Tiandi rework, yes, I said Tiandi, which is hilarious, and the Valkyrie rework, which is much deserved. Unfortunately, there's no Lawbringer or Nobushi rework. Why does Tiandi get a rework? I know he's like not amazing, but he's still like incredibly good. But we're gonna do that after we talk about the dodge attacks. One important thing that I will say is that Warmonger rework is confirmed. They said it themselves, but it's not gonna happen this year or this season. It's gonna happen next season. Dodge attacks. Everybody gets a dodge attack. You get a dodge attack. You get a dodge attack. Okay, Warmonger, Centurion, Blackbriar, Warlord, and Highlander will all be getting new dodge attacks. And the thing is that the dodge attacks, they look really similar, and unfortunately I do not like the animation at all. The good thing is that they are light parries, and I believe they are 600 ms, and they don't have as much iframes as like Pirate or Orochi's, so that is a boon. However, these dodge attacks don't look that unique to the character. I like Warlord's dodge attack and Highlanders because it does implement their playstyle and it looks like they have some character to it, but when it comes to Yorm, Centurion, and Blackbriar, they kind of look really similar. And the dodge attack kind of looks like Warden's emote or Warmonger's first, bash follow-up light attack, and it doesn't look that good to me as a dodge attack in my opinion. If you guys know where that animation comes from, please let me know down in the comments. Oh man, I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed off, but I love this Mongolian Wulin boy, and I love my Chinese brethrens out there, but Tiandi, he definitely needed an adjustment, but I didn't think he would get a freaking rework right now, especially when there's so many freaking other heroes like Lawbringer, Warmonger, even Kensei deserves a rework more than Tiandi. Tiandi has gotten insane. He's a really good character now. Holy crap, let's just try to get into it. So first of all, his palm strike is now a forward dodge, and this animation looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie to you. Usually their animations are terrible, but this looks amazing. He also gets dodge recoveries after pretty much every single attack now, so he's gonna be able to flow increasingly, gargantuanly better compared to like Pirate and Orochi. I don't think it's as fast. Apparently it's about 200 ms for the other characters, and Tiandi's is 300 ms, so this will be a nice addition to his kit. Unfortunately, we are going to be getting more dodge cancel recovery characters, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. He will also be able to chain into palm strike now, since he does have that forward dodge cancel recoveries on pretty much all of his moves, so expect a lot of chain pressure and a lot of forward into GB mix-ups now from Tiandi. His chain pressure is going to be pretty solid now. They did remove his follow-up heavy after a palm strike, so usually if you did a palm strike and if you missed, you could do a follow-up heavy. That hyper armor, they just removed that altogether, and now it's just a normal heavy attack. And one important thing is that after a missed bash, you are able to dodge out of it, so I think this might be a mistake for this character, especially when we're reminded of Orochi's first amazing rework where he was able to dodge cancel after a missed bash, making it, very safe, and you had to make another read after that because he initiated offense, which is what they're trying to go towards too. However, Tiandi's is a lot slower, but I think it's faster than Zhanhu's, because Zhanhu actually can dodge after a missed bash, but it does seem way more balanced compared to Orochi's and Tiandi's, because they could do it much faster, while Zhanhu, you could pretty much dodge attack him and punish him. Tiandi has more dodge cancel recoveries, and don't forget he does have undodgeable lights for those crushing counters that deal quite a bit of damage as well. It also seems like they decided to rehaul his dragon dodge in general, so it's much faster now. The animation, I don't really like it because it looks so dumb. It looks like this guy's freaking dancing around in 2 times speed, and it doesn't really look that good or make him feel like he's flowing like water. His dragon kick does get a huge buff. You can practically just feint it and go for a GB, and now it's just insane as a good mix-up. You can continue your palm strike bash, continue all of your mix-ups after the guard break, and this increases the viability by a significant amount. Still really good for gank setups, and now you actually have to fear the bash, and that's pretty much Tiandi's entire rework, I feel like I've gone over pretty much most of his kit. He can pretty much dodge cancel out of all of his moves like Orochi, and he has a better chain pressure. I think he's going to be way more stronger than Orochi, except he doesn't have an unblockable heavy, which he doesn't really need because he has Palm Strike for days and the Drag Kick to initiate tons of damage. So let's just leave it at that, and hopefully he's not too strong. I definitely think he's going to be a solid A+ tier right now, but I'm super excited to play him, even though I did not expect this rework at all. This is just out of the blue because there's so many heroes that need this rework. So many more heroes. Alright guys, they finally did it. They gave Valkyrie a rework, and just when I made my Valkyrie video going over her past and what I think of her in this meta. So you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. There is the thumbnail. Hope you guys like it a lot. I'm sure your family will be looking at you very weird, or the people in public. So let's rejoice and try to get over the rework as fast as possible. I'm going to be trying to go over all of the changes. There are quite a few changes to this character, so let's just get into it. As you can see, they removed the backwards shield crush movement, and I don't know how I feel about this because I like the movement, I like the animation. Instead, they made it into a forward movement type of bash, and they put it into her heavy feint mix-up. It looks like they removed the heavy into bash mix-up, so that is just thrown away into the garbage. Right now, we have a heavy into soft feint bash full block type mix-up. It kind of reminds me of old Conquer, or actually normal Conquer, because he could heavy into full. Like, this is basically that, except there's extra steps involved. So if they decide to interrupt you, your full block will hit, and you can guarantee your bash attack into a follow-up light attack. But now they can GB you within your heavy mix-up. So I don't understand the mind game between this, because this already exists within so many mix-ups in general. Most people try to light you out of your mix-ups, or just GB you anyways on heavy startup. The neat thing is that they made it so that you can use it within some of your combos, like your zone attack, and you can dodge out of it, which is a nice addition. This is the soft feint dodge, as well as you can bait out light attacks or bait out deflects, all that good stuff, or dodge bashes. She still keeps her sweep afterwards, and this will not... Okay. She still gets to keep her sweep mix-up. It is 500 MS, which is much faster now, and it doesn't knock over teammates. It's not feintable, which is good, and I think this is a decent change. For some weird reason, they didn't show the follow-up heavy attack, but I don't think it's gone. They just wanted to showcase that you had frame advantage afterwards, so that's nice. I don't understand why they didn't show it, so it would have been nice if maybe after the pin attack they have frame advantage, but they only show that you have frame advantage after the sweep without a follow-up heavy attack, so I'm very confused in that. Hopefully we'll see in the testing grounds, which is pretty much this week, and it doesn't butcher her kit. Her zone will be 500 MS, and she does get a nerf on her top chain light attack. It used to be 400 MS, now it's 500 MS. They said it's because of light spam, but I really think that's a poor argument because most people are going to be playing new gen anyways, and having that edge of a 400 MS light attack when her kit is kind of meh in general, I think it'll help her a lot. But with her full block heavy bash mix-up, we'll see how it plays out, but right now I think it's a pretty good nerf to her kit. The last few adjustments to her kit is that she gets a little bit more iframes on her dodge attack, and her forward running light attack is going to have enhanced lights and more forward momentum. I think it always had pretty good momentum and trajectory, but I think it's better now, that's for sure. Her side heavies get a little bit better hitboxes when it comes to team fights, and her running attack is now able to chain within her mix-ups, and that's pretty much it for her entire rework. There's a lot of new things you're gonna have to learn because her entire kit changes tremendously, so let's just wait and see how it is. Now we'll quickly go over some hero adjustments. Now this mainly just revolves around the zone attacks. I think a lot of people will be happy that Warden will finally be getting a lower stamina cost for his zone attack, but they've made some other changes to other heroes too, which I'm not too sure about. So Warlords is also going to be getting changes, Berserkers, Kensei, Shigoki, and Zhanhu. Now I don't know if Warlord or Zhanhu needs their zone adjusted because these are 600 MS undodgeable attacks that have really good trajectory and hitboxes. Maybe Warlords I can understand, but Zhanhu's is so prevalent in Dominion and it's so good as a team fighter. I just don't know how I feel about that. It's going to be incredibly good to have him the ability to spam that all the time in team fights. Same thing for Shigoki's though, as his does have hyper armor, and being able to use that way more is going to, it might ruin the experience in team fights a lot more. So if you don't have good teammates, and it's just gonna mess up casual play in my opinion. And for the other heroes, we got Nusha, Gryphon, Kyoshin, Centurion, Gladiators, Highlanders, and Shamans. All these zones have been adjusted, and I think these are more in line and welcome changes. Unfortunately, I think they need to reevaluate Nusha in general, and there's gonna be some bad news. Spoiler alert, Nusha does she doesn't get any rework. She gets no adjustments whatsoever. Now those adjustments were just for the zone attack. There is new buffs for each character. Wardens, chain lights from other sides, and just all around from left to right top are going to be 500 ms. They used to be 600 ms on the side ones. Now they're going to be 500 ms. Welcome change. They should have done a long time ago, as they stated, but I'm really happy for this. Warlord also has better forward movement and tracking for his board and blade. Berserker has an upgrade on his health from 130, so that's a bit interesting, so you can take more trades, but I feel like Berserker was still a really solid pick, and I don't know where this buff is really coming from, but I'm assuming it's just because they want him to do well in team fights or be more competitive. Orochi's side heavy finishers are now 700 ms from 800. I do not think this was a welcome change because they were already pretty good. Like, it's not like you're going to interrupt that. You're going to take a freaking 30 damage heavy to the face. Hate to carry fully charged heavies now cost less stamina, so prepare to see more unblockable charged whispering in your face. And that's going to be doing it for the small adjustments. We're moving on to specific individual heroes that have gotten reworks or a lot of number adjustments. So Peacekeeper is now able to dare cancel recovery into a dodge attack 200 ms to 300, so she has a little bit more value in team fights and can get away and reposition a lot easier. Her dodge attack can be performed a little bit faster when doing her forward dodge attack, which helps and gives her a little bit of delayability or variability within her attacks. Huge nerf to her kit is that her triple stabs will now be dealing 28 from 38 damage, I believe, which is a little bit more in line, and I kind of like that. I know some people might be upset with the damage nerfs, but I mean, 38 damage for a GB is a lot. It's really a lot. Her throws also got adjusted as well, so she can do her forward dodge heavy, and they increased all of her forward momentum on pretty much all of her attacks. One small change that they added is that the crossbow feat used to do 25 base damage, just raw damage, but now it does a little bit of bleed at the end, and this will help her initiate some sort of offense. Because as you know, if an opponent is bleeding, Peacekeeper's allowed access to her unblockables. Time for sad boy hours. They did an adjustment for Lawbringer for momentum of all light attacks and side heavy attacks. The side lights I get, I mean just the light attacks in general, because it feels like he doesn't have any range, even though he's using a pole on one of the best weapons in the entire world. However, these changes with his side heavies having a little bit more trajectory and increased input window for parry follow-ups, and of course the 800 ms impaling riposte, which is great in my opinion because I always have trouble timing that perfectly. You have to be right on cue. I don't really care about most of these changes. I just want a light combo. I think many Lawbringer mains just want to be able to attack and have a little bit more strings and variability within their mix-ups because his kit overall is fine and fun to play around. And I really don't think adding another light attack into his strings is that hard to do. I suppose these are just mainly value, like a number adjustments, but like I said, I'd just be satisfied with more strings in his kit. Alright, moving on to Kensei. He does get a little bit faster top heavy now. This is finally a welcome change. Updated chain link timing for chain lights to top heavy finisher to 100 ms. Top heavy finisher is now 11 on 100 ms, and now soft feints to fast guard break and increase forward momentum on top heavy finishers. So this will help for dodge rollers, and this is an okay change, but I wish they did a little bit more to his kit. They're trying to get all the easy stuff out when it comes to like number values and not work on any animations or anything new when it comes to reworks in general. But it's an okay change. I think this is good, but there needs to be more done with Kensei. And moving on to Nobushi. Now this may look like a lot, but in reality it's really not. Okay, so our Cobra Strikes and our Sidewinders are going to have a little bit more iframes, so this is good. You can actually use them as a dodge attack now. They are also up to 533 ms. The side Cobra Strikes are 533, and the front Cobra Strike is now 500 ms and has some delayability with 200 to 500 ms, which is pretty nice. The trajectory is also better for side heavy openers, and I think the most important thing is that they fixed her recoveries on pretty much all of her moves, so she'll feel a lot better to play and feel a little bit less outdated. Alright, it looks like Roman Boy got a pretty decent and solid change in my opinion. The increase for momentum movement for charged heavy openers is gladly welcomed, and his most important part of his kit is his charged punch. It has better tracking and is now 1300 ms, now it gains uninterruptible stance at 1000 ms, so it's a lot better and more reliable. So hopefully it'll be able to track the dodge attackers. Unfortunately, a lot of dodge attackers do have dodge cancel recovery, so good luck with that. But he is getting a dodge attack, so it does help his kit overall. Gladiator gets a few tweaks to his sucker punches. I always thought his sucker punches were good, but they're trying to decrease the stamina cost, so it's going to be a little bit more viable when it comes to defensive play. But I always thought it was pretty good defensively because you can reposition pretty easily easily, and it has pretty good iframes. As for the counter jab, it is increased input, which is nice, to 400 ms, so you'll have more time to actually press the counter jab, which is a really cool animation, and go into your skewer mix-up, or just give your opponent a concussion, which is also really fun too. And the next adjustment we have is for Shaman, so increased heavy finisher forward movement, and the important thing is that her left unblockable side heavy finisher is now 900 ms. It used to be 1100 ms, I believe, and so now you'll be able to trade with people, and you'll have some sort of frame advantage. Her Predator's Hunger, which is basically her lunge attacks, her bash attacks, and her forward heavy attacks, the stamina cost has been reduced significantly, so you'll actually be able to use those as a really good mix-up without pretty much using half of your stamina. So this is great, a really good addition to Shaman, because these stamina values have been pretty bad, especially for the old cast. Black Prayer also gets a few adjustments to his kit. Increased Tenebrous Thrust, which is his forward running heavy attack that has crushing counter properties that don't really work, but they're awesome because you do get them once in a blue moon. His sprint attack is now 700 ms and deals 20 damage, and when it comes to his Tenebrous Thrust, they're not saying it's a great roll catcher, but it is a lot better. Bulwark slash guard break vulnerability is now 100 ms, so this means that you're essentially not going to be able to guard break him when he starts his unblockable heavy attack, so that will be pretty fun, don't you think? Otherwise, just a net buff to Black Prayer. And here, in my opinion, this is probably one of the biggest buffs that we've gotten, especially for Warmonger. She hasn't been touched in a while, but here's the thing. The heavy finisher is now getting uninterruptible stance at 100 ms, so she has better hyper armor on her finisher heavies, which is insane. And the most important part of her kit now is that she does bleed damage within her bash attack, so her follow-up light attack, her slap attacks and stuff, her bashes, her chain bash is now going to deal bleed. So what this means is essentially, if you do not parry this hero and you're low in HP, she will chip you down and you will die. So this makes her a really strong character when it comes to pure offense, because chip damage is actually going to be useful. More heroes should have this type of offense. It's not too oppressive, because just parrying lights is just lights. She only has 500 ms light attacks, but if she mixes you up with her heavy finishers, that's when you're gonna eat raw heavies to the face. Really cool addition to this character. I really want to see how she plays. And the last hero that is getting number adjustments to his kit is Gryffindor. Veteran's Lesson now gains uninterruptible stance at 100 ms, down from 500. So basically, everybody that has hyper armor, everybody's mom that has hyper armor and finisher heavies are getting faster hyper armors, just like Pirate and Raider who get it right away. Mind Cleaver changes. Missed Recovery is now 800 ms and regains defense at 500 ms. Hidden Block Recovery is now 800 ms and regain defense at 500 ms. So basically, everybody's getting better recoveries, so you can block attacks if you throw an attack. So offense becomes better while defense becomes stronger. Alright, and you pretty much made it to the end of the video. That is pretty insane. You'll see the weapons in the background and all that good stuff. So what do you guys think of all this crazy stuff? This is probably one of the biggest patches that we'll ever receive, and a lot of new information that is coming out, especially when it comes to the testing grounds and the heroes. So what do I think of it overall? Tiandi, I definitely think he needed a rework, but I didn't think he was going to get an adjustment that fast. This rework is actually huge, and I'm very surprised that they already had this much involved into him when there's so many other heroes that need it more than him. Lawbringer, he needs strings, man. Just give him strings. Put in like 4 weak characters and give them strings and small quality of life adjustments. Tiandi got a huge rework. This is monumental. This is gargantuan of a rework. What is going on, Ubisoft? This company is in shambles. I have no idea what they're doing at all. I really don't know what their marketing team is doing, because Tiandi, he did not need a rework. He is a solid A or high B tier hero in Dominion and duels. Valkyrie obviously needed it, but there are way more important heroes that need it because they're older. I think the rework puts them up in like high S tier or high A tier. It's a really fun kit to use because the Dragon Quick with the heavy feint is really awesome. The animation doesn't actually look that bad, especially the follow-up heavy. It's another pin attack, which I like. However, the Valkyrie rework is a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming to me personally, because they took away her full block back animation. Now it's just a forward dodge bash and a heavy bash, and they took away the heavy soft feint bash mix up, which is so weird. I don't know what to do with that, to be honest, so we'll have to see how it goes. The rework in general is kind of mid, to be honest. That's my opinion. Of course, you guys have to let me know what you guys think about that. As for the event weapons, I really like them. They're really cool. I'm actually going to buy the battle pass this time. Before, I haven't bought it at all, but this one specifically, I do like the theme, and I like that there's a lot of like devil or onis or yokais on the weapons. It looks really awesome, especially with Black Power Shield. That looks insania mode. Hopefully Conqueror's Shield is really nice too. As for the number adjustments for a lot of the heroes with the zones and the recoveries, I'm really happy about that. Everyone's going to be a little bit safer when they're attacking, and less annoying to use because they feel less clunky. So this is all good changes. I'm really looking forward to the next season, and I'm freaking glad that crossplay is happening so I actually play games with you guys. So hit me up on stream. You guys will see the Twitch link down in the description below. Go ahead and follow, and you guys will catch me live because I stream like maybe once or twice a week. Catch some games, do some 1v1s, all that good stuff. So thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the battlefield. The box is going to bed now. Bye bye.